So anyway, aside from Kinsey Salmonella Schofield, you know how they had the little TikTok that said I think she worked with Diddy at some point, planning his parties, and so they've been calling her as Kinsey Salmonella Schofield. But Meghan has been getting a lot of flag, criticism, mockery. They're calling her Salmonella Sussex because apparently she didn't wear gloves to do her turkey, and worse yet, she wore her ring, her wedding ring, and or I guess her engagement ring. But I'm not sure that that's a fair critique because I went back onto the internet to people like Julia Child. Julia Child was a cultural icon. You see, she's wearing her wedding band and she's handling turkey just like Meghan did. There was nobody more iconic than Julia Child in her day. And she was really someone that was very respected in the culinary space, right? She had her own cooking show. I think it was called The French Chef, ironically, because she had lived in France, in the Provence somewhere for years with her husband, and she went to the Cordon Bleu actually to finesse her craft in cooking. And so she had her cooking show on one of the major networks in the US. It might have been, it wasn't PBS, although I think her stuff showed on PBS. It could have been ABC, NBC, CBS, one of those. And she always wore her wedding ring to cook turkey. You can see, I mean, the photos aren't great, but I think if you look carefully, you can see that this professional chef, she was a professionally trained chef in France at the Cordon Bleu in France. She kept her wedding ring on whenever she cooked a turkey, right? And she absolutely did not wear gloves, as you can see. And a lot of the people who are calling Meghan Salmonella Sussex, including Kinsey Salmonella Schofield, you know, are saying that Meghan did not wear gloves and she did not take off her wedding ring or her engagement ring. I just think that that is just an unfair critique. It's not just unfair, it's ridiculous. It's just stupid because professional chefs usually do not take off their jewelry when they are making turkey, and they don't wear gloves as far as I can determine. I mean, some might, but most don't. And especially those who are criticizing Meghan and saying that, oh, when I cook at home, I always take off my ring or I always wear gloves. This is a bloody lie, and they all know it. Most of them continue to, most of them omit to wear gloves when they're cooking at home, right? And they don't take off their jewelry. They are absolutely lying. And they're only saying that because they want to join the bandwagon and mock Meghan for doing something that they all do, including professional chefs like Julia Child. As we can see here, she was still wearing her wedding ring. And it's not just Julia Child. I mean, I have seen many other chefs and people cooking and making turkey on YouTube. And you can, if you don't believe me, you can go check yourself. Just say, Thanksgiving turkey recipe on YouTube, and you will find all of these videos. And I would say that 9 out of 10 are not wearing gloves, okay? And 8 out of 10 are wearing some form of jewelry while they cook. So for people to be mocking Meghan and mocking her as Salmonella Sussex, including Kinsey Salmonella Schofield, because she was a party planner for Diddy, apparently. I just think it's so unfair. It's so mean, and it's also ridiculous because professional chefs, I mean, even those working in restaurants, like people like Anthony Bourdain, and what is the other British chef? What is his name? The British chef who's very, very famous. Um, I don't think he wears gloves to handle turkeys either. This is a New York Times chef. She's wearing her wedding ring, as you can see. What is her name? Melissa something or the other. She was cooking a turkey just 3 weeks ago in jewelry on two hands, right? She had jewelry on her left hand and on her right hand. Nobody's calling her salmonella. Nobody's calling out the New York Times, really, because the New York Times, as far as I'm concerned, is a more serious journalistic thing than Megan cooking a turkey at home for her family. This woman is wearing rings on both fingers, on both hands, and nobody's calling her Salmonella Sussex. Nobody's calling out the New York Times, but they are calling Meghan Salmonella Sussex because they just hate her, and everything she does is subject to a double, triple, quadruple standard to everybody else, including Dan Wooten's mother. I'm sure that she most definitely does not wear gloves if she even is breathing at this point, nor does she remove her jewelry when she cooks a turkey. And that also includes Kinsey Salmonella Schofield. She doesn't wear gloves. I'm sure of it when she cooks her turkey. And this guy, Gordon Ramsay, he's a professional chef, to my understanding. I mean, he doesn't wear gloves when he's working on a turkey. You can go on YouTube and check all of his videos because these shots are very small. I don't know what happened here, but he's definitely preparing the turkey for roasting, and he's not wearing any gloves. I mean, he's just handling the turkey. Why isn't he Salmonella Gordon Ramsay? This is Gordon Ramsay, the famous chef. You can go on YouTube and find this video for yourself. Why isn't he being called, Salmonella um, Gordon Ramsay? I've watched some of my favorite YouTubers over in the UK who love Gordon Ramsay and are inspired by him, like Josie and Charlie. Um, what are the last names? Irons, Josie and Charlie Irons. They have a beautiful show, and Charlie cooks roasts all the time. He doesn't wear gloves, right? And I think he's got a wedding ring on. Anthony Bourdain. He's also, look at him doing a turkey, and he's wearing a ring on the other hand, but it's hard to see. But he is wearing a ring. You can go look at the short on YouTube yourself. Why are they saying Meghan is Salmonella Sussex?